Call of Duty Black Ops, S.O.G. Part 1. So as soon as this starts, I missed it at the very beginning. Just kind of turn around, and there's a nice little M16 with the ACOG scope. Now, it's weird what they do to prevent you from, like, running back and, like, exploring areas. Mm-hmm. They'll just drop mortar shells everywhere.
That's weird.
Yeah, like, you'll die instantly if you walk too far outside. And then I swapped my second gun for the M14 with the ACOG.
Oh.
Which is a very accurate gun. Very good gun to have. So, as soon as you run forward, this little Vietnamese man, I'll refrain from using any derogatory slurs. I actually have a Vietnamese cousin.
Cool.
He was adopted.
I figured. You don't look... I guess. He could be happy.
Yeah, when it's cousin, it could be like, you know,
there have to be
like I'll have a half aunt somewhere that's 100%, and then like a mail order bride or something like that. No, I have a Vietnamese. I have a Vietnamese and a Chinese cousin, both adopted.
That's so noble of you.
So noble of my aunt and uncle, who couldn't have their own kids, so they. Last resort adopted. It's tough to adopt kids.
It is.
It's crazy. Like, you wouldn't think it would be. You're like, okay,
any retard can have one, but you have to be like
any retard can have kids, exactly. But it's a huge screening process, and there's a waiting list a mile long.
And there's probably tons of kids who could use homes.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's the crazy part. Like, it's easier to adopt kids from.
I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to give them to someone who's gonna abuse them.
Well, yeah, or just like live off the checks that you get from the government for adopting those kids.
Like Bender.
Wow, that's the third Futurama reference.
Thank you. Thank you. So this part's pretty simple.
This part is pretty simple. The beginning of the next video, Carl, shut up, is the second part of this game that made me scream violently at the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just one of those sections where it's like, why is this part so much goddamn harder than every other part of this level?
Yeah.
It really shouldn't be, but you run up here, pick up the detonator, and just detonate it as quickly as you can. Then run to the second one, do the same thing, pick up the detonator, go prone if you have to, and then run to the top of the hill. And here you just have to wait for a little bit. You don't really have to pop your head out or anything. Just go to the area with the M something 2 laws, M/2, I think that's what it was called. And just wait for the tanks to roll up. And after the tanks roll up, you have to kill 3 of them. And basically there's like a huge ammo cache for this rocket launcher thing that you have to use to kill them. So you can miss a couple times when shooting at the tanks.
Is there any of those like crazy guns that are like in Medal of Honor where you like look through binoculars and call down missiles, or like have, you know, the first person of a missile where you kind of steer it? Anything like that?
Well, yeah, on the previous level I used that one missile to take out, or I used that one RPG to take out the huge rocket that was flying in the air. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple sections like that.
Oh, yeah. Even
though I don't. Crap. Was that in any of the other Call of Duty games?
Self-guided missile.
Yeah, like were you first person? I mean, that was in GoldenEye back in the day.
Well, I remember in.
Or was it GoldenEye or was it Perfect
you had
Dark?
that thing where you're like looking at a laptop and then it switches.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
Yeah, remember in like the Spec Ops mode or whatever, you'd be sitting on top of that building, and you have this laptop, and then you'd switch to missile view. No?
No, I don't remember that.
Well, hopefully I'm not making that up.
You could possibly be. So just wait here for a couple seconds. One of your teammates has to open that door. As soon as you jump down, you get a little checkpoint.